something new every day. Martha Stewart, Sirius 112, XM 157. Living Today returns on Martha Stewart Living Radio, Sirius 112 and XM 157.
I'm Jeanette Barber here on Living Today, and I promised you something pretty exciting coming up, didn't I? Didn't I promise you that there was such a thing in the world as chocolate that was healthy? No, don't say that to me. I wouldn't promise it if it wasn't true. I can't. Okay, I'm not taking that kind of a reaction. Listen, if I tell you something, I mean it. Not only do I mean it, I prove it, because I've got the person who has that answer right here in front of me today. Her name is Vanessa Barg, and she is 26 years old, and she started her own chocolate business. And I gotta go. You were pre-med in college. You changed your path. What happened that took you from pre-med to unbelievable chocolate?
Well, first, I want to say thank you so much for having me on the show.
Oh, you're
Jeanette.
welcome. Anytime I knew I was going to get free chocolate. I'm just saying.
We brought a lot for you. Well, I was pre-med in college, and I'd been studying nutrition and medicinal herbs and preventative medicine on my own. Mm-hmm. And I found the Institute for Integrative Nutrition.
Which I had never heard of.
It's an amazing program. It's fantastic. And they teach you how to counsel people not only on their diet and on what they're eating, but also on overall wellness. And so I was studying at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition on how to be a holistic health counselor. So I'm a board-certified holistic health counselor. And I had a group of clients I was working with one-on-one and in groups and helping them change their diet and change their lives and helping them move away from unhealthy processed foods. So one of the things that I would tell them is reduce the amount of sugar in your diet. Mm-hmm. And they say, okay, fine, I can give up the muffins, I can give up the soda, I can give up the cakes and the ice creams, but don't take away my chocolate. And I said, no, we don't have to, because chocolate is an extremely healthy food. Mm-hmm. But all the chocolate we could find on the market had sugar in it.
Right.
So what to do? I've always loved cooking, and I'm Italian, and I've always equated food with love. So I've always loved to be in the kitchen. So I actually just started making chocolate at home as a gift for my clients so that they could move away from all the processed sugar and still enjoy this amazing, decadent, delicious chocolate, but without having to feel guilty about it. So that's how it all got started.
Well, because what I loved is to hear that this is not candy.
Exactly. No,
it is not candy.
This is food.
It is food.
That's right.
I mean, that to me, that is unheard of. And the whole herb thing.
Yes.
I've read that, like, whether it's antioxidants or whatever it is, they're not just to add flavor. Aren't there tremendous health benefits to herbs?
Oh, absolutely. Medicinal herbs and superfoods have been used for thousands and thousands of years by traditional cultures like traditional Chinese medicine, South American shamanism. Mm-hmm. I mean, these are, and Ayurvedic medicine has been around for so long. And these are,
and yet Western medicine isn't keying into this, are they?
Well, now, luckily, there are a lot of changes happening. And we'll see, like, with Whole Foods. I mean, the health food stores have been booming recently because people are starting to wake up to the fact that it's not just about waiting until you're sick and then changing your diet. Finding out you have high cholesterol or a heart issue or diabetes and then changing. It's about preventative medicine, preventing those issues, because most of the major diseases in the United States are actually preventable with healthy diet.
I think so. I really think that food is at the root of almost everything.
Oh, yes.
But now this kind of amused me. You're at the Institute, and I'm told that you discovered the cacao bean and that you ate a pound in a day.
It's true, a whole pound.
Now, what? I don't even know what a cacao bean is, but the idea of anybody eating a pound of any kind of an odd bean cracked me up. What the hell is a cacao bean?
Well, I didn't know what a cacao bean was at the time either. I'd always loved chocolate and eating it, but who knew that it grew on a tree? And so the cacao is actually a pod. It's a fruit pod. And the bean, there are about 30 beans in each of these pods. And David Wolf was the lecturer that day, and he's the world expert on raw food nutrition. So he was talking about this cacao bean. Everyone was looking at each other like, what is he talking about? And he said, what, you don't know? Cacao bean is chocolate. That's where all chocolate comes from, is this bean that grows on a tree. So I was so excited.
And what does it taste like if you just eat a bean?
It has, the cacao bean is one of the most complex fruits on the planet. Depending on where it grows, like if it grows in a certain kind of soil in Grenada versus in Indonesia and Bali, versus on Madagascar, it could be very fruity, it could be very coffee. But if you eat the cacao bean itself, it's going to be much more bitter than what we're used to.
But you liked them enough to eat a pound.
Oh, my goodness.
Here you got a little, you were kind of...
I ate an entire pound, and I can't even explain the feeling when you eat it, but you fall in love, because here's why. The cacao bean contains more neurotransmitters than any other food on the planet. Things like serotonin, dopamine, phenylethylamine, anandamide. These are the chemicals that your body naturally produces when you're in love.
Oh,
so
my
I
God.
completely fell in love with a pound of love.
Okay, first thing I'm getting is some beans, but I'm not going to have to because we're going to have some candy. So you get, let's just call it ripped on cacao beans.
It's true.
And the next day you decided you were going to start making chocolates?
That's right. Actually, that very day, well, I actually had run out of the pound. So it was the next day. I went back to Westerly. I bought a whole other pound, and I just started blending it up in my kitchen. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm not a trained chocolatier, but just with...
I didn't even know there was such a thing.
There are.
I do know that, but just to hear it, trained, it's like a sommelier.
It is.
Just weird words. I like them. So you're a chocolatier. Are you a chocolatier?
Well, I believe that everyone is a chocolatier who has a true passion for making chocolate.
Can I be a chocolatier for having a true passion for eating them?
Well, I guess if you mix it around in your mouth.
Let's just humor me. 'Cause
Okay.
honestly, I'm gonna call
You're
the
not the
title.
chocolatier.
No, I'm gonna say I had Vanessa Barg, and I'm a chocolatier now.
Yes, you are. Okay.
I'm gonna say that. It's gonna be a lie,
I
but I'm
certify
gonna say it. How did it turn into a? Well, it's turned into a business because you just started, as you said.
Yeah, I just started making it
Making it
really
for
as
friends.
a gift. I had absolutely no idea. For the first 6 months that I was making it, I had no idea that it was a business. And it's grown 100% through word of mouth, organically. And so I was just making it as a gift and giving it to my clients. And then around the holidays, they started asking me, I'd like to give some to my niece, or I'd like to give some to my aunt. She has diabetes, because my chocolate has absolutely no refined sugar, no dairy, no cholesterol, soy, gluten. So anybody can eat this chocolate and enjoy it no matter what the health problems that they
And
have.
everything is raw. Tell
That's
me a
right.
little about that before I want to hear the process, but why? And I didn't know it was possible.
Yes. Well, most chocolate on the market is heated way above 200, sometimes even 300 degrees. It's roasted. The cacao beans are roasted. And then through the process of making the chocolate, it's also heated. And so just like fruit, a can of fruit is going to be much less healthy for you than a fresh piece of fruit. The same thing goes for chocolate. So the idea of raw food is that you're consuming something that's unprocessed, unheated, and the temperature is 118 degrees. So we don't heat any of our ingredients over 118 degrees. And it's just more like it was on the plant. It's closer to what our body can actually recognize, because all these processed foods on the market now are so far away from what our original diet was.
Well, so far away. It takes, there's no nutrition in it, and it's worse than no nutrition because it, all that sugar, it makes all of your insides, your things spike. I'm really good at this. I know my stuff.
It's the
Insulin.
blood sugar,
Yeah.
and that's why it's a low glycemic. So we only use low glycemic sweeteners like palm nectar that comes from the coconut tree and agave nectar. But raw food is an amazing way to change your diet, and it's a really easy switch.
So the first bar you made was the super chocolate bar.
Yes, super chocolate.
Now tell everybody about the ingredients and their functions. And I've got it in my hand, and I'm going to. You
Enjoy.
talk. I'm going to have to eat.
Okay, enjoy.
And everybody, have you guys got one?
Yeah.
Okay, Naomi, Chris, Fran, Larry, Deirdre, everybody's in here, and everybody's got a little bit. So you tell us
Are
what
you guys
it is.
ready to party?
I am. Party down, man. Whip up the chocolate. Okay, tell me about this. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
going to...
So this is my original recipe.
Oh
It
my
has
God, you got! I'm so sorry. I'm not going to let you talk.
the most.
Has anybody else bit this? Bite this. You got to. What isn't? Are you
Well,
shocked?
are we all eating the same one? No. We've
Which
got
one are you eating?
It's got little bits of goodness inside of it.
They've got the aphrodisiac. I've
Yeah.
got
Oh,
the
that's a
super
good one.
chocolate.
No wonder I'm flushed.
Okay, so let me
It's
tell
only
you
a matter
about
of
the
time. Tell
super
me
choc.
about this. Yeah,
This one
super
has
choc.
the most medicinal herbs and superfoods from all around the world, things for cognitive health, for memory, for longevity, for your immune system. So it has the cacao beans and agave nectar. Then it has goji berries, which originated
I've heard
from
of those.
Tibet. Yeah, they're so good for you.
It's a
and-
superfood, right?
Exactly. Yes, it's a superfood. It has actually vitamin B6, which helps you to dream. More beta-carotene than most foods on the planet. It's extremely high in antioxidants, and it's a complete protein. So just the
Wow.
goji berry in and of itself is one of my favorite foods.
Wow.
Then it also has ashwagandha, gotu kola, ginkgo biloba, Siberian ginseng.
You're going to get in
maca
trouble if you
root,
use those
mesquite.
words.
Well, wait till we get to the aphrodisia.
Oh, wow.
So all of these amazing foods that really we don't see in our diet, and you certainly don't see them on the chocolate shelf. But the beautiful thing about chocolate is that you can infuse it with all these medicinal herbs and superfoods, and you don't taste them. It still tastes. I mean, you tell
No,
me,
you're not
what do you
tasting.
think?
You guys, first of all, I'm going to be telling you this later, but Gnosis, is that how you pronounce
That's
it?
right. Yes.
You've got to go to www, as I identified yesterday, that means World Wide Web, gnosischocolate.com, and you spell Gnosis, Gnosis. You're not, this is like odd, but you know what? I noticed when I ate it before, when you eat it, you don't ever get that sugar rush. You don't get any sort of a negative feeling, for it, nor do you get an uncontrollable craving. You know how when you eat a piece of chocolate, I'm not going to, and then you eat one and you can't stop? Although I'm not stopping right now because food eaten on the radio has no calories. So although I'm not stopping now, this didn't send me into a bender. Why?
Well, that's because we're using the agave nectar as our sweetener, number one. Because sugar is extremely addictive. And number two, because that piece of chocolate you're holding has more nutrition packed in it than any other chocolate bar. This is the healthiest chocolate you can find. So it's just when you're consuming a piece of this, it's the richness of the chocolate, the richness of the nutrition. Your body gets satisfied sooner, and if you listen to your body's natural messages to you, then it'll tell you when to stop. And with this chocolate, it does because it's unrefined. Well, and what I wanted to also say is, if you do go to gnosischocolate.com,
you really, really, really will be sorry. You will never forgive yourself if you don't. Gnosis, I'm telling you, Gnosis.
Yes.
Gnosis.
Little
Oh my
gift
God.
for all the listeners.
How long does it last? Now, if I buy 6 or 7 gigantic crates, will that be a problem?
I'm not at all. I mean,
What do you eat?
I eat so much of this stuff every day.
Do you? Because you weigh a pound. What? No, pound and a half?
3. But
She's gorgeous, you guys. She's young. She's gorgeous.
Jeanette.
No, but you are. And I don't mean twig in the you're too thin sense. I mean twig in the,
I
God,
eat really
you're
healthy
gorgeous
chocolate all the time.
sense. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, then you've got this aphrodisia. See, this first one, the Super Choc, which I really recommend you buy at gnosischocolate.com. It says longevity and vitality. And that's what those herbs foster.
Yes.
So it's almost as if it's food, it's delicious, and it's almost a remedy.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
And does the aphrodisia, is Larry safe? Larry Flick over there, my Will and Grace boyfriend, is he safe with me in the room?
You might want to step away after about 10, 15 minutes.
I'm never going to want to step away. What's in the longevity? I mean, what's in the aphrodisia?
The aphrodisia bar is infused with aphrodisiac herbs.
Really?
Oh, yes. It's amazing.
All right, Larry. This might be the day you change back.
This one has
Figs?
raspberries, and then medicinal herbs that have been used by traditional cultures for fertility. And, aphrodisiac herbs aren't just about sex. I mean, they're also about passion, unity, connection, communion, these warm love feelings. If you're around the right person, then it might develop into something more. But
Larry.
So it has things like horny goat weed.
Okay, don't be saying that again.
Okay. I told you I'd get into trouble when we get to aphrodisia.
Wow.
It's an incredible, and this one is sweetened with the coconut palm nectar, which is also low glycemic, and it tastes kind of like maple and caramel. Amazing.
You guys, you know what? Sometimes you eat something that's supposed to be the healthy version that you got at the health food store, and you eat it and you go, no, it's good. No, it's good. This is not one of those.
Yeah, and that's one of our main missions, is to make a product that is healthy, but that doesn't taste healthy.
I'm serious when I say
not like
move over
cardboard.
Godiva.
Thank
No,
you.
really. Well, this is better because it's healthy. You're not going to regret it. You're not going to hate yourself for it. The other thing you do, you donate.
Yes.
You donate 10% of your proceeds. Tell me about that.
Yes. Well, the Fruit Tree Planting Foundation, it's ftpf.org. They plant fruit trees all around the world. So they're working here locally in the United States, and they've got programs all around the world. And I've worked with a couple of nonprofit organizations, and what I love about the fruit tree planting is that they really, it directly works on all different levels of a problem. So not only does it provide food, but it's extremely healthy and nourishing food that's going to last for generations to come, because the fruit tree bears fruit every single year. And it also addresses the carbon dioxide oxygen balance in the air. It remineralizes and rehydrates the soil. So I really love the Fruit Tree Planting Foundation. And nationally, they also work with low-income school districts and Native Americans. They work in drug rehabilitation centers.
Wow.
So, and we do work with a whole ton of other amazing organizations in the U.S.
So you can get something that is unbelievably delicious. You can affect your own health, and you can make a difference and participate in the world. I think that's incredible. Would this is there no sugar as in for diabetic? Is it better?
Yep, most diabetics can consume agave nectar and coconut palm nectar with absolutely no problem because they're low glycemic.
Are you hearing this? Are you hearing this? When you feel like you can't have any chocolate? Oh my God. And you don't have to eat that literally poisonous fake sugar aspartame, that bad. There you go.
It literally turns in like those kind of false sweeteners, the chemical sweeteners that have 0 calories. Those things actually turn into formaldehyde in your system,
which is poison.
Well, talk about early aging. I mean,
yeah,
it's awful. So we want to avoid using things that are so refined and chemical and produced by chemicals in laboratories, and really go towards the foods that are grown in nature. And so all of our products are
the major diseases in the heart attack, cancer. Yep. Diabetes, obesity. The major things in this country that we really suffer with on a daily basis are about what we eat.
It's true, and you can make the changes in your life without spending a lot more money, and you actually are ending up saving money because later on in life you're not going to have to spend all of those medical bills.
Exactly. And you get to live. You get to live. And I recommend, if you really want to live, and when you're living, you're going to live it up, I want you to go to GnosisChocolate.com. Gnosis. Guys, who ate the chocolate? You guys did. Larry, what'd you think?
Amazing.
Amazing. Fran?
Thank you. I loved it. I've eaten one of each box so far.
You ate a box?
Had a good time tonight.
Okay, and Steve can have some.
Yes.
Steve could have that. Her boyfriend, who has to be on a healthy diet now. Oh my God, he's going to so love this. Deirdre, did you eat?
Yeah.
Okay, you hear that? So we got a full studio of. We're going to have the best. I promise you, this does not taste like health food. This is the best chocolate I have ever had. GnosisChocolate.com. This is Living Today, Martha Stewart, Living Radio. Vanessa Barg, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Please
Enjoy.
be friends with me after this so that you can always go out and you can encourage me all the time because
now
you
we're
are
friends
inspiring. We're chocolatiers. This is Sirius 112, XM 157. I'm Jeanette Barber. And you know what? We are still not done. Go nowhere. But listen to this. It'll be fascinating, whatever it is.